Yo, top of the motherfucking morning, man. Welcome back to a Let's Everything 414 podcast, man. Uh Thanks to everybody that come through and you feel me, check my channel out there, come and watch the videos, man. I definitely appreciate y'all. My videos too. I definitely appreciate that, man. I ain't begging for no money, so just watch it and that's it. That's all. At the end of the day, man, this right here is about my city, my hometown, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You understand what I'm saying? There it goes down. I ain't saying we the baddest. I ain't saying none of that crap. What I'm saying is it goes down here. A lot of drama has taken place, a lot of killing, a lot of murders, which I don't think should be taking place, gang. I feel like we should be able to come together and make money together. You feel me? From music to the blocks, to hustling together, all the above, barbecues, families meeting other families, kids playing with each other. Half of us grew up in our city together. So, a lot of times when beef get to coincide and we get to killing each other, it don't make sense to me. To me, it seemed like this is the program that they wanted us to follow. So y'all got to pay attention. Right? It's not
what falls, its silence bleeds with buried screams. A duplex turned the execution ground. A stolen SUV crushed 3 lives in seconds. A hotel lobby became a man's final breath, and an alley where an officer fell under gunfire. Each scene etched grief into the city's heart. Justice delivered decades behind bars, yet no verdict could bring the lost back home. And this is inside Milwaukee's most darkest black killers, shocking murders, and true crime cases. Welcome back to Crime Ledger USA, where real crimes meet real justice. Number 1, Kevin Griffin. He was a landlord, a neighbor, and a man everyone thought they knew, until 2 murders revealed the darkness inside his home. The case of Kevin Griffin stunned Milwaukee in November 2025. Griffin, 54, a local landlord, was charged with killing his tenant, 39-year-old Terrence Wilder, and 31-year-old Anya Raymond. What began as a heated landlord-tenant dispute spiraled into one of the city's most shocking double homicides of the year. The tension started months before the killings. Wilder had complained to the Milwaukee Department of Neighborhood Services that his unit lacked hot water for nearly 2 months. Inspectors ordered repairs, but nothing was fixed. Griffin, already trying to evict him, accused Wilder of letting unauthorized people move in. On November 4, anger boiled over. Prosecutors said Griffin confronted Wilder about leaving the back door open. The argument escalated, and in moments of rage, Griffin pulled a gun and fired. Wilder was found dead.
This right here was a story that was almost close to home. It was close to home because some people I know is related to the Wilder. And when it hit the news, that was the first thing I said. Oh, wow. What? Her name sounds familiar, right? Sounds really familiar. Being a Milwaukee native, I do my research. Find out. Yeah, this man killed someone I know, family member. It was wild.
Dead on his bed with a single bullet wound to the chest. Downstairs, Anya Raymond heard everything. She lived in the same duplex with her 7-year-old son, who was nonverbal and autistic. When she saw what had happened, she became the only witness to Wilder's death. Griffin forced Raymond and her child into his Mercedes. She pleaded for her life, saying she would keep silent. But Griffin later told investigators that he did not believe her. As he drove through the city, Raymond reached for mace and a knife. Griffin hit her, then shot her repeatedly, 6 to 8 times, as her son sat in the back seat. He dumped her body in an alley near 41st Street and Hampton Avenue and left the boy with his mother's car in another part of town.
Now that's deep. That's deep. She tell the man, look, I ain't gonna say nothing, man. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I promise you. You feel me? I didn't see nothing. I ain't gonna go to the cops. Just let me go. Let me and my son go. You feel me? I gotta live for my baby. And I'm sure that's what a lot of y'all would have pleaded. If I was a mom, I would have pleaded the same thing. I gotta live for my son. Let me live. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna speak. Lord knows, lo and behold, After she would have got released, she would have went and told. She would have went and gave that information. Right? But it's only right. It's only right. You just witnessed the murder. And 9 times out of 10, the man that was murdered was someone you were sleeping with. But to know that this guy didn't even give her a second chance, you know, she got a child. He didn't even give her a second chance. You know what I'm saying? He like, nah, I don't trust you. And then once she grabbed the mace and a knife, trying to jump out the car and protect herself, you know what I'm saying? Get out of there. He ended up shooting her, which was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, these men out here that kill these ladies, they be doing some of the wackest shit, man. You niggas are whack. Y'all lame. Y'all are poor excuses of men. Yeah, boo they ass, man. You know, they poor excuses of men. At the end of the day, I feel like it was only right that he got caught. You know what I'm saying? You did this shit in front of this young man mama. You feel me? She had a child in the car also. He didn't give two shits. You understand what I'm saying? This goes to show you niggas in Milwaukee don't be caring no more, gang. That's sad.
Telling him to wait for her. Hours later, the child was found wandering barefoot, with blood on his clothes. The discovery of the boy triggered an urgent police search. By dawn on November 5, Raymond's body was located. Her cell phone, traced to a burned-out house nearby, carried Griffin's fingerprint. Detectives executed a warrant at Griffin's property 4 days later. Inside the duplex, they found Wilder's lifeless body upstairs. Griffin confessed to both killings, admitting he discarded the gun near train tracks by a school. Griffin, a convicted felon with 14 prior charges, was arrested and charged with first-degree intentional homicide, first-degree reckless homicide, and possession of a firearm by a felon. He appeared in court on November 16, where prosecutors called the crimes deliberate acts of retaliation. Held on a $500,000 bond, Griffin awaits trial as the city mourns 2 preventable deaths. Families expressed heartbreak and disbelief, calling for justice and safety reforms. 3 lessons remain. Unchecked anger can destroy lives faster than any weapon. Neglected housing disputes can turn deadly when pride overtakes reason. And witnesses, even unwilling ones, often become the most vulnerable. In the end, 2 families lost everything. A child lost his mother, and a city lost its sense of safety. Justice will decide what's left of Kevin Griffin's life. Before we continue, if this case shakes you, press hype, stand with us, break silence, and let justice roar louder than the voices once heard.
That's deep. You know what I'm saying? That's deep. Because at the end of the day, he did that shit. Like, we really can't even tell why he did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell us whatever. And like they said, sometimes suppressed anger can be the worst thing for a family. And we just learned that when that man in Shreveport, Louisiana, killed all them kids just a few days ago. You know, that was the saddest thing to me. That was the saddest thing, man. Them kids lost their life because of the dad. He was so angry. He was so upset. I think he had a wife and he had a girlfriend. So 9 times out of 10, he was cheating, right? He was a cheating bastard. For me, it sounded like the girlfriend could have been wanting to come out to the wife, and she was probably finna expose him. Because usually when men finna get exposed, like if they cheating and they got a wife and another woman, a baby mama or a girlfriend, the girlfriend usually always goes to the main girlfriend, the one that the guy been with the longest, and tell. Never tell. He always exposes what they've been doing, how they've been sleeping around together, how they've been having sex, how they've been all in the house together and all this, right? And what she do that for is because the guy is no longer want to stay with her. He don't want to be just with that girl. Now she's jealous because, okay, well, you don't want to be with me. You're not going to be with nobody then. I'm going to make sure I mess up everything. I know, yeah, I know. She can get booed for it. But at the end of the day, you know, that's a wicked game that the man playing. He calls on his own self. And now, you know, these women emotional. You know, so, but in this case, this what I believe was taking place. And the guy he went and killed. He shot, he didn't kill the 2 women. They didn't die. He shot one in the face. and shot the other one. I forgot where, but they both survived, but all the kids died. All 8 kids of his kids. And he just previously posted a picture on Facebook, I believe, with his oldest daughter, like a couple hours before he killed her, saying, he had to spend some time with her or whatever. She's been stressed, but he knew spending time with her, get her back straight. But then you turn around and kill your kids. Niggas is whacked out here, gang. Niggas is whacked out. I don't know what the fuck wrong with niggas. These niggas weird as a bitch.
Raced. Number 2. Deshauna Eggerson and Trevin Lawston. Under bright streetlights, a stolen SUV sped through Milwaukee's quiet streets, its final seconds captured on police dashcam before 3 lives were erased. On the 16th of September 2025, Milwaukee police attempted to stop a white 2017 Dodge Journey reported stolen from Indiana. Behind the wheel was Deshauna Eggerson.
Now, condolences to these family members. This right down the street from my house. The night this happened, I seen it on breaking news. It was so crazy, it was scary. Very sight to see. Condolences to these people, man. You feel me? Like real life.
With Trevin Lawston in the passenger seat and a girl in the back. Inside the gray Mazda they struck were 50-year-old Claire Moo, her son's 21-year-old Moo Nay Ta, and Carla Moo. The family was returning from soccer practice when their lives were ended by a chase that lasted less than 90 seconds. According to the criminal complaint, Lawston had stolen the vehicle in Elkhart, Indiana, from the driveway of a police officer. On the night of the crash, he picked up Eggerson and another girl, intending to go get liquor. After driving for a while, Lawston grew tired and let Eggerson take over. 10 minutes later, officers spotted the Dodge speeding with no plates near Sherman Boulevard and Center Street. They activated their lights and siren, but the driver refused to stop. Eggerson later...
Look at his face. Look at her face. This the face of motherfuckers who now try to regret after they done did some bad or hurtful shit to somebody and took their life. These the faces. You hear me? You get these motherfuckers long and hard. And pray these faces never see the light of day again. Because y'all took 3 lives. 3 lives joyriding to go get liquor in a stolen car y'all stole from Indiana. You brought your ass way to Milwaukee. Doing this bullshit. This high-telling bullshit. This car thieving bullshit that all these young ass niggas do. And you took 3 lives. These people was coming from soccer practice. You took 3 lives. Do you know how they other family members could feel? If y'all could feel for them, would you try to feel how they other family members feel? They probably is fucking dying on the inside. And then y'all getting a high speed chase, y'all running from the cops like it's cool. Nobody ever want to stop. Everybody want to continue running. You feel me? Just fucking give up already. Give up already. Why is you still running? Give up. Don't you know you're either gonna kill yourself or you're gonna kill somebody out there? I never understood that. You're gonna kill yourself or somebody out there. It don't hurt to sit your ass down in jail for a little bit of time for the crime you're doing. You know what I'm saying? If you do the crime, you do the time. It don't hurt to sit your bitch ass down in jail for the little crimes you're doing. A lot of you niggas would rather run and put yourself at risk and put others at risk. You hear me? Because you so scared. And it be the same scary motherfuckers that run from the cops who be the baddest ones when they out here in the streets. They be the baddest motherfucker. Oh, I do this and I do that. Bitch, you scared because now you don't want to go to jail. You don't want to go do that little time. So shut your scary ass up.
Told investigators she panicked when she saw police lights because she learned the vehicle was stolen. Prosecutors said the SUV fled through residential streets at 70 to 80 miles per hour, ignoring multiple red lights. The passenger told detectives that during the chase, Lawston aimed a black Taurus 9mm handgun with an extended magazine and laser at Eggerson, shouting at her not to stop. Vehicle data confirmed the gas pedal was fully pressed, accelerating from 66 to 70 miles per hour in the final 5 seconds before impact. The Dodge ran a red light at 35th and Vliet Streets, striking the Mazda broadside. The crash killed 3 instantly and left 2 others severely injured, including a suffering head trauma. The Mazda was thrown onto the sidewalk, crushed beyond recognition. When police arrived, Eggerson was crawling out of the window screaming, "Who did I hit?" while Lawson lay unconscious, still holding the handgun. At the hospital, Eggerson first claimed she was only a passenger, but video from the crash scene showed her exiting the driver's seat. When confronted with the footage, she admitted driving and confessed she had intentionally pressed the gas harder, knowing the crash was inevitable. Detectives later discovered Lawson had been released from an Indiana jail just 1 week before, also for fleeing police in a stolen vehicle. Eggerson was charged with 9 felonies, including 3 counts of second-degree reckless homicide, 3 counts of fleeing causing death, and 3 counts of driving without a license causing death.
She crying now. Look at that face. She crying now, you dumb bitch. Now you want to cry, you dumb hoe. It ain't the time to cry now, bitch. You should have thought about that when you was running your goofy fro wearing ass in front of police with this dumbass boy you was with, huh? If you would have thought about that, bitch, maybe you could have been out here still, you feel me, making plans or something, you stupid bitch. Maybe you could have been still getting your life together, huh? But this is the thing about these hoes. Definitely these young bitches, they get with these niggas and these niggas geek their head up. These niggas gas their head up, making these bitches think they doing something, making these bitches think they got money or they out here busting moves. You know what I'm saying? He even gassed the bitch up to think she better than who she is. And at the end of the day, he using the shit out this bitch. Bitch, he using you. That nigga don't want nothing to do with you. He only wants you to do his dirty work, you dumb asshole. And then these hoes do it. At the end of the day, this bitch was the driver. He tell her, look, I'm tired of driving. You drive. This stupid bitch get in the car, drive. Then she gonna lie to them and tell them, I just found out the car was stolen. That's why I sped up and shit. Bitch, you been knew the car was stolen when you first picked your dumb ass up, ho. When you first got in the car, you knew it was stolen. You knew that. I hate when they lie like that, these young motherfuckers lie. They only lie when they get in trouble. You feel me? When they get in trouble and they feel like they done too much or they feel like they overdid it, then they start lying. I didn't know. I swear to God, he only told me it was his money. Shut the fuck up, ho. You knew what was going on, bitch.
Austin was charged with possessing a firearm as an adjudicated delinquent, felony bail jumping, and operating without the owner's consent. Eggerson's bail was set at $300,000. Lawson's at $50,000. 3 lessons remain. Stolen speed ends in death. Fear behind the wheel kills faster than intent. And every chase leaves more victims than fugitives. From that night onward, Milwaukee's streets carried the sound of loss instead of sirens. Number 3, Tremaine Jones, Jermella Kittler, and Bryshawn Tyler. A domestic dispute.
That boy, Tremaine Jones. The Tremaine Jones, we just seen him. I just seen him go to court. Right? So stupid. So stupid. This nigga case is over a bitch. About a bitch. Any nigga that got a fucking case about a bitch, you an idiot. Any nigga that got a case about a bitch, you an idiot. That's how I feel. You an idiot. You let a bitch get you in the jail. You let a bitch fuck with your feelings and get you locked up, get you put away, get you put down. You are a dumb ass. You understand what I'm saying? And ain't no jokes behind it. Simple, dumb ass. Because all you niggas always trying to show out for the hoes, show out in front of the hoes, want to make it like you tough for the hoes. And then the moment they arrest your bitch ass, you up in there crying, that bitch out there fucking on some other nigga. She out there living her motherfucking life and you out there looking stupid, dumbass nigga. Now check this. This nigga kill an officer. And now when you see him during his sentencing time going for his trial, he looking stupid as a bitch too. Like the rest of these dumbass niggas on this.
Spiraled into chaos, ending with gunfire in a Milwaukee alley and the death of a police officer who responded. On the 26th of June 2025, Milwaukee police officers Kendall Corder, 32, and Christopher McCrae, 29, were dispatched to reports of shots fired near 25th Street and Garfield Avenue. What began as a personal fight between 2 groups of women over alleged cheating had escalated into an armed confrontation. Among those connected were 22-year-old Tremaine DeAndre Jones, 19-year-old Jermella Kittler, and 22-year-old Bryshawn Tyler. Investigators later determined that Jones ambushed the responding officers, killing Corder and injuring McCrae. The conflict started the day before, when the mother of Jones's child was attacked during a fight and suffered a black eye. The following evening, tensions reignited. Tyler, a convicted felon, accompanied one group to the apartment where the argument resumed. Video captured him carrying a Glock-style handgun with an extended magazine. Kittler, identified by witnesses as Jones's former girlfriend, called Jones to warn that a man at the fight was armed. Jones, who had purchased a rifle-style pistol just days earlier, arrived in an Uber wearing gray joggers and a black Nike jacket. He called the mother of his child, threatening to bring the man outside before he started shooting. Witnesses reported hearing a rapid series of gunshots and seeing what appeared to be a machine gun. Jones fired toward the apartment, and gunfire was returned from inside. Residents made multiple 911 calls as bullets struck nearby buildings. When the shooting ended...
Hey, I didn't know that he shot at the building. Now, that's crazy. I didn't know that. You putting everybody's life in danger, my boy. You go here, your baby mama get jumped, right? And this is why I said niggas be dumb. These niggas fighting over these hoes. If your bitch put herself, if you got the type of bitch, if you got the type of woman, and I can't call her a woman because a woman is more mature than that. A woman know damn well she ain't gonna be out there fighting no other bitch. Ain't no fighting. A woman gonna be somewhere either at work or at home with her family. She's gonna be doing what she's supposed to do. If she ain't got kids, she's gonna be at home taking care of the house, whatever it is in her household. And if she ain't at home, she at work. That's what women do, a mature woman. These young guys, immature 19-year-old bitches running around here sleeping around, my nigga. They fucking on everything in the world. Every nigga they see, they fucking on them. You mean to tell me you go over here and you shoot up a apartment building for a dumb bitch like this, man? For real. Like, make it make sense. Y'all make that make sense. The nigga that's in there, probably 9 times out of 10, a nigga that your baby mama fucking with. That's how it look to me. That's what it sounds like. He got a gun already. She tell you he got a gun. This is setup, first off. Because your baby mama call you to a spot where they got guns in and shit, knowing goddamn well she putting you in harm's way. She putting the father of her child in harm's way. You don't care if you go to jail or wherever you get killed. If that nigga smoked you, she don't give a fuck. But then you come, she tell you this nigga got a Glock and he got an extended mag. He ready, baby. And you like, shit, I don't get no fuck. I just want to bought this. You bring your dumb ass over there with your little ARP. You understand what I'm saying? Like you finna do something, and then next thing you know, shots get fired, police get called. You don't hit the suspect. He don't hit who he's supposed to hit. He shoot the police. Make this make sense, y'all.
Jones ran into an alley behind 2454 West Garfield Avenue and hid in bushes, waiting. At approximately 9:22 p.m., Officers Corder and McCrae arrived in response to the shots fired calls. Jones opened fire, discharging 16 rounds from his rifle. Both officers were struck before they could return fire. McCrae was hit in the foot, thigh, and back but survived. Corder was shot multiple times, one bullet severing his spine. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition and died 3 days later. On June 29, forensic investigators recovered 16 spent casings and the rifle used in the ambush, confirming Jones's fingerprint on the weapon. A backpack found nearby contained his social security card, work ID, birth certificate, and a gun receipt dated 1 week before the shooting. Investigators traced Jones to Kittler's residence, where she had hidden him and initially lied to officers. He was arrested early the next morning. Tyler was also charged for possessing a firearm as a felon. Jones was charged with first-degree intentional homicide, attempted homicide, and reckless endangerment, all with weapon enhancers. His cash bail was set at $500,000. Kittler was charged with harboring a felon. Corder's death drew grief from law enforcement and the community, with officials calling it a deliberate ambush on public servants. 3 lessons remain. Domestic anger mixed with firearms destroys reason. Retaliation often blinds judgment. And violence against responders leaves lasting scars. Milwaukee still mourns an officer who died.
You see? This nigga shot 16 rounds out the rifle. Hit both officers. Never shot the nigga he came from. He never shot the nigga he came from. He did all that shooting in the beginning. He hid in the bushes, waited till them to come like, gang, what type of dumbass nigga? This nigga deserve to be in jail. This shit I'm talking about, man. Y'all niggas, the summer is coming, right? The summer is coming. And we all know how it get when it get hot. We know how it get. Niggas out here be bitches. Niggas out here be tender dick over the halls. These halls be tricking niggas. Most of the time, these niggas be dying over bitches. Cause the nigga want to flash, they want to stunt. This summer is coming, gang, and I'm begging you young niggas out there. And you old ass niggas who still think y'all some young niggas. You understand what I'm saying? Don't get tricked off the street. Don't get your life snatched by the Grim Reaper. Don't get tricked off the street by the bitches or the niggas. Don't get your life snatched by the Grim Reaper. You know how many times I'm gonna say it. But my nigga, I survived this long by doing just that. I ain't got my life snatched by the Grim Reaper, and I ain't getting tricked off the motherfucking street. I've been at the crib chilling, putting in more work than I'm supposed to. Watching you niggas die out there, man. Watching you niggas lose your lives out there, man. For real. And this is getting sad, man. So this summer, man, make sure you live. Make sure you plan to live. If you got kids, make sure you plan to live and grow with your kids, man. Fuck the streets. Fuck being cool. Fuck trying to look cool. Fuck trying to be out there all thugged out. Fuck all that bitch ass shit. Being thugged out is being alive, nigga, till you 40, 50, 60 years old. You're able to say you did that. Because we done watched everybody else die around us. Huh? And they ain't never coming back. You understand what I'm saying? So, come on, man.
Its streets. Number 4, Travis Berkeley. It started with the sound of gunfire that no one heard until it was too late. 6 people dead inside a single Milwaukee home. In January 2022, investigators discovered one of the most brutal mass killings in the city's history. 6 victims, Charles Hearty, Caleb Jordan, Javoni Liddell, Donta Williams, Michelle Williams, and Donald Smith, were found shot to death inside a house near 21st and Wright Street. 34-year-old Travis Berkeley was charged with 6 counts of felony murder, armed robbery, accused of participating in what prosecutors described as a robbery gone wrong during a drug deal. The home was known as a spot for selling synthetic marijuana, or K2. Days before the killings, Donta Williams had streamed himself counting thousands of dollars from those sales. Witnesses said Berkeley often acted as security at the house. On January 20, he and his cousin planned to rob Williams. When Michelle Williams tried to intervene, she was shot first, followed by Donta. As gunfire spread through the house, Charles Hearty was killed on the stairs. In the basement, 3 more men were executed to eliminate witnesses. Donald Smith was found upstairs, stabbed and shot multiple times. Investigators later confirmed that bullets from 2 separate 9mm handguns were used, indicating 2 shooters. 3 days later, on January 23, a neighbor noticed dried blood on the door and called for help. Police entered the house to a scene of horror, bodies covered with blankets and clothing, already in rigor mortis. Furniture was overturned, and rooms appeared ransacked. Officers soon realized this was not a random attack but a targeted robbery turned massacre. Detectives began reconstructing the timeline through digital evidence. 10 phones were recovered from the crime scene. Berkeley's phone placed him inside the house from late January 19 until hours after the killings. At 10:25 a.m. on January 20, he took a selfie in the basement where 3 victims were later found, wearing eyeglasses identified as belonging to Donta Williams. That single image became key forensic evidence linking him to the murders. Another strange clue surfaced days later. Around 3:46 a.m. on January 23, a woman called 911, claiming she'd been shot in the head and that others were dead. The address she gave was just blocks away from the real crime scene. When officers traced the call, they found Berkeley and several others. Inside that residence, police discovered prescription bottles and paperwork with Berkeley's name and a debit card belonging to his cousin. Berkeley was arrested and charged in June 2022. His bail was set at $1 million. In early 2023, a court ruled him incompetent to stand trial, noting he was unlikely to regain competency. Officials described the crime scene as horrific. Residents mourned the 6 lives lost during another wave of Milwaukee violence. 3 lessons remain. Greed destroys faster than hate. Every clue leaves a digital trace, and silence in crime scenes rarely lasts forever. 6 lives ended.
You know what's crazy, man? I heard about this. I actually know a few people that know these people, man. These are some good people. You know, I guess, like they said, dude was the security guard. He was a hater. He must have been a top-notch hater. right? Because he wanted the money. He knew dude was kind of big bread. He like, shit, I got to get that. And he told his cousin, we finna rob them. They're jumping in what we gonna kill him. You know, and that's crazy. I think niggas up here have a jail wish. You know, I think niggas want to go to jail. I think niggas love going to jail. If you ask me, because these niggas will do some of the dumbest crimes. They'll do some of the dumbest crimes, gang. And then get caught. Once they get caught, then they get the line like, oh, I didn't know. This, that, and the other. I mean, shut your bitch ass up. You knew. You knew what was going on. You feel me? You knew exactly what was going on. At the end of the day, these Milwaukee murders, and I had to touch up on my city because, you know, I love my city. I be wanting people to know what's going on in my city. So I had to touch up on our city. But sometimes a lot of murders up here go unsolved. And that's why this summer don't throw your life away. Let's keep going.
One photo told their story. Number 5. Antoine Edwards. A teenager opened a drive-through window to help someone she trusted. Seconds later, she was dead, caught between bullets and betrayal. On the 2nd of January 2022, a staged robbery at a Burger King in Milwaukee turned fatal when a cashier, Nisha Harris Brazel, was shot and killed during a botched plan involving her best friend's father, 41-year-old Antoine Zebediah Edwards. The plan, conceived as a quick inside job, unraveled into a tragedy that shocked the city and exposed the hidden danger of felony murder laws. Days before the incident, Edwards, his daughter, and Harris Brazel discussed staging a fake robbery at closing time when the register was full.
That nigga looked crazy. Did y'all see that nigga eyes? He looked fucked all the way up. That nigga eyes, gang. That shit. Like, come on, gang. Your friend dad planning to rob the Burger King, the job you work at, she gotta know her friend dad was a petty peon. He had to be like the type of friend dad who's trying to holler at his daughter friends and shit. Oh, your extra weird ass out of here, how ass nigga. Then you want to go rob this motherfucker. Y'all end up killing this baby girl. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to plan this fake ass botched robbery. He was that broke. Like, nigga, you could have done anything else, hoe ass nigga. Anything. Serve food, you could have donated. Anything, donated blood, your bitch ass out of here. Like, what's wrong with these Milwaukee? He probably ain't even from Milwaukee, low key, to be honest, though. A lot of these niggas up here moved up here. You know what I mean?
The incident, Edwards, his daughter, and Harris Brazel discussed staging a fake robbery at closing time when the register was full. Edwards would pull up to the window, Harris Brazel would hand him cash, and no one else would know. The plan was to make it look real. But that night, when Edwards arrived at the drive-thru around 10 p.m., another employee happened to be working the window. Edwards left, called his daughter, and returned minutes later when Harris Brazel was back on shift. Surveillance footage showed her removing the cash drawer while Edwards climbed halfway through the window holding a pistol. According to his confession, Edwards grew impatient because Harris Brazel took too long. She reportedly panicked, and employees heard her scream that someone had a gun. Derek Ellis, another Burger King worker unaware of the plan, drew his firearm and fired toward the window, trying to stop the robbery. The shots struck Harris Brazel instead of Edwards. Edwards fled, and Ellis, realizing what had happened, collected shell casings and hid his weapon inside the store's safe because he was a convicted felon. Harris Brazel was rushed to the hospital but died from multiple gunshot wounds. The Milwaukee Police Department reviewed hours of surveillance video and immediately suspected the crime was staged. Investigators connected the dots through text messages and phone records between Edwards and his daughter. When questioned, both admitted planning the fake robbery. Edwards later claimed he excluded his daughter, saying he only planned it with Harris Brazel, but video evidence contradicted that claim. The footage showed the girl frightened, not cooperative. Her family insisted she was never part of the scheme. Detectives also confirmed Edwards was the driver of the Chevrolet Impala used that night. Ellis was later arrested for being a felon in possession of a firearm. Edwards was charged with felony murder, contributing to the delinquency of a minor causing death, disorderly conduct, and firearm possession as a felon. In February 2023, he pleaded guilty to felony murder, and prosecutors dropped the other major counts. He was sentenced in April 2023 to 18 years in prison and 5 years of supervision. Ellis received 1 year in custody and 4 years of probation. The court called the case devastating. 3 lessons remain. 1. Reckless plan can destroy innocence. Guns in the wrong hands multiply tragedy, and greed disguised as desperation ends of probation. Other major counts. He was sentenced in April 2023 to 18 years in prison and 5 years of supervision. Ellis received 1 year in custody and 4 years of probation. The court called the case devastating. 3 lessons remain. 1. Reckless plan can destroy innocence. Guns in the wrong hands.
So the person that shot her, the guy that was in the Burger King that was working with her, received 1 year and 4 years on papers. You feel me? Because obviously he didn't know about the robbery. He tried to protect, you feel me? He was trying to protect the job. He like, shit, watch out, watch out. He probably didn't even say watch out. He probably, when she said they got a gun, they got a gun, first thing he thought was up his, like, hold on. And blew, and didn't think that the bullet was gonna hit her. He probably didn't think about that. You know, he probably, that's one thing, he probably ain't take aim right away. He probably felt like, yo, it's on and on. The moment I blow, it's gonna crack him, man. This gonna put him down. Now, if he would have killed that man, he still would have went to jail. He would have went to jail for life. You know, he would have went to jail for life anyway because shit, he a felon with a firearm in the job. Even though the man was robbing the job, they probably would have felt like he could have took measures a different way. He could have used a different method, call 911, get robbed. You know, 9 times out of 10, shit like that. But he took it upon himself to pull out his own firearm, knowing he was a felon, shoot it. And, you know, in all honesty, it got him less time, though, because they figured out he didn't know nothing about the robbery. He didn't try to kill old girl. He was only trying to protect them. And, you know, they had to, hey, look, they like, yeah, look, we'll give you the year for this. You feel me? In custody, give you 4 years probation. They probably gonna try to make sure you never touch another gun again. But the nigga who robbed the motherfucking Burger King old girlfriend, he the reason. He the reason she did. You feel me? Your friend, the reason. So yeah, I mean your friend dad's the reason. So Pops need to get charged. 18 years, then Pops looked like he was already 40, 50 years old. So 18 years, that's gonna set him down. He ain't finna do nothing else. I guarantee it. I guarantee Pops ain't finna do shit else.
Hands multiply tragedy, and greed disguised as desperation ends in loss. A moment of chaos turned a drive-through window into a crime scene forever. Number 6. Lorenzo Beaton, Chantra Lyons, Antonio Smith, and Shaheem Smith. A murder suspect behind bars continued to orchestrate violence from his jail cell, plotting to silence the last person who could testify against him. In 2015, Milwaukee authorities uncovered a complex murder conspiracy led by Antonio Smith, who was already charged with killing Eddie Powell and Breonna Eskridge. While awaiting trial in the Milwaukee County Jail, Smith planned another crime, arranging the murder of Joe Spivey, a crucial witness who had identified him as Powell's killer. Working through coded phone calls and jail video chats, Smith coordinated with his girlfriend, Chantra Lyons, his nephew, Shaheem Smith, and an associate, Lorenzo Beaton. Their goal: bail Spivey out of custody, then kill him before he could testify. Eddie Powell was shot 6 times on the 11th of July 2015. The next day, Joe Spivey, arrested for a weapons violation, told detectives that Tone, Antonio Smith, was the shooter. 8 days later, Powell's girlfriend, Breonna Eskridge, was also gunned down. Investigators determined that Smith ordered her death from jail after expressing fear she might identify him. While those cases were still unfolding, Smith began targeting Spivey. Through hours of recorded jail calls, detectives later learned that Smith ran a small drug operation and used his communications to plan murders. In October 2015, Smith told Lyons that Lorenzo would be contacting her for some work. Beaton had just been released from jail and quickly joined the plan. Smith instructed Lyons and Beaton to raise $7,600, the amount needed to bail Spivey out. He told them to make sure he was gone. On November 2, Beaton appeared at the Milwaukee County Criminal Justice Facility with the full bail amount while Lyons waited in a white car outside. Surveillance cameras captured her near the entrance, while jail staff confirmed the payment was made to secure Spivey's release. Unaware of the plot, Spivey was moments away from walking free. Investigators monitoring Smith's calls
Spivey was finna walk into his death. Spivey didn't know he was walking into his death. He didn't know, dog, them summoned you to get smoked. They summoned you to get smoked because, nigga, you was the one that could testify against him. And they already know how that go. Like, shit, if this nigga come to court, I'm gone. I'm gone. Y'all gotta kill that nigga. Get that nigga up out of here. You see what I'm saying? See, I told y'all Milwaukee get down, man. My city, we do. There's some treacherous motherfuckers up here. There's some people who doing some dirty jobs. You understand what I'm saying? But just to know that this shit like this is really taking place, that's scary. That's scary as a motherfucker. Like, what? Like, niggas up here, they really do it. And of course, he had his dumbass nephew and two goofy bitches. Two goofy ass bitches, you feel me, who down for anything. These bitches probably on dope. They probably get highs with motherfuckers, some bummed out hoes. Who need money? Who need help? We already know you can look at them and tell, man. But let's end this story. Let's
realized the timing matched and acted quickly. Victim witness protection officers discreetly moved Spivey to a safe location, preventing the murder. The conspirators soon realized the plan had failed. Beaton and Lyons searched for Spivey's address, and Shaheem Smith joined them for what they called Plan B, a home ambush. When officers conducting surveillance spotted the white car near Spivey's residence, it sped away. The arrests followed days later. Search warrants revealed cash, heroin, and 2 guns linked to Smith's previous murders. Every detail of the plan, from coded jail messages to financial transactions, was documented in the criminal complaint. All 4 conspirators were charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree intentional homicide. Antonio Smith later pleaded guilty to multiple homicides in the conspiracy charge, facing life in prison. Beaton received 20 years in prison plus 15 years of supervision. Lyons was sentenced to 15 years in prison and 10 years supervision. Shaheem Smith pleaded guilty and awaited sentencing in 2017. 3 lessons remain. Even behind bars, organized violence can thrive. Constant monitoring saves lives, and protecting witnesses protects justice itself.
Everybody got bummed. Everybody got hit with that time, hard time. Years, gang. And somebody awaiting trial after 2017, well, they already probably got sentenced. Now it's 2026, motherfucker. That goes to show y'all, though, man. It's not a fucking joke. When you think it's a joke, when you think you putting hits on niggas, you think you finna be putting hits on motherfuckers from the jailhouse like you some big dog. Man, that shit don't work like that. Don't let the rappers fool y'all. It don't work like that. They on everything you do. They on everything you do. They listening, they paying attention, they watching. And there's so many cameras out here nowadays. I mean, like, my nigga, you ain't got no choice but to get buzzed down. Like, be real. Fuck what you heard. Fuck what you heard.
Because of vigilance, one more murder never happened. Number 7, Brainy Veasley, Earl Williams III, Isaiah Daniels, and Jardin Anderson. Gunfire erupted without warning in a Milwaukee parking lot, turning a party into chaos as more than 100 bullets filled the air. On the 20th of June 2025, a late-night celebration at a strip mall near 82nd Street and Brown Deer Road ended with 2 people dead and 3 others wounded. The victims were 19-year-old college students Brainy Veasley and Kingston Lifford. Investigators later described the scene as a Wild West-style shootout involving multiple firearms, including one modified to fire automatically. 3 people were charged: Earl Williams III, accused of firing the first shots, and his companions, Jardin Anderson and Isaiah Daniels, both charged with aiding a felon. The violence began when 2 groups of young people met outside the party venue. Williams, Daniels, Anderson, Lifford, and others arrived together in a car driven by Anderson. Witnesses said Veasley approached to talk, but tensions grew when someone noticed a masked person holding a gun. One of Veasley's friends begged the person to put it away. Daniels recalled hearing someone say not to shoot. Then the first bursts of gunfire erupted. In less than 30 seconds, 11 different guns were fired, leaving 110 casings scattered in 3 separate clusters. Investigators determined that shots from Cluster 3 came first and included bursts from a Glock equipped with a switch, a device that converted it into a fully automatic weapon. Anderson told detectives that Williams was the one using that gun. Prosecutors later alleged that Williams believed a rival group was approaching and opened fire. The gunfire triggered return shots from others, creating a deadly crossfire. Veasley was hit in the abdomen and back, while Lifford, found holding a gun that fired 3 rounds, was also killed. As the shooting stopped, Daniels and Anderson drove away, leaving behind chaos and victims. Minutes later, they returned to pick up Williams. The 3 gathered several guns, placing them in a bag to dispose of them, and later spray-painted Anderson's car blue to avoid recognition. Forensic analysis later showed the Glock recovered during the investigation had fired 13 of the casings found at the scene. 17 days after the shooting, Milwaukee police responded to a weapons call near Teutonia and Ruby. When officers tried to stop a vehicle matching witness descriptions, Williams fled but was caught, and a Glock with a switch was found near his seat. Ballistics testing linked the weapon directly to the June 20 shooting. Investigators reconstructed the sequence through video footage, shell casings, and witness statements, concluding that Williams' gunfire started the deadly exchange. Williams was charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide, felony murder, and possession of a machine gun. Anderson and Daniels face charges of aiding a felon. Williams remains jailed on a $300,000 bond. Veasley's family described her.
Williams ain't getting out. Fuck Williams. Williams needs to burn in hell where he belongs. Whichever one that is, the little motherfucker with the shit on the nose. Whichever one that is, burn in hell. That's what you need to do. Which one is Williams? The little motherfucker with this shit on the nose? This nigga? Or he looking fake tough? Or who got? One of these niggas. All these niggas look like they bitches. All the niggas look like they bitches if you ask me. These bitch made niggas like them who do bitch made shit like that. At the end of the day, that's what's taking place in Milwaukee, right? This summer, don't lose your life. This summer, don't be out there with these knuckleheads. Don't be out there arguing over these bitches. A lot of you young niggas, y'all tender dick, are all gonna be arguing over hoes. You're gonna be fighting over hoes, killing over hoes. You ain't gonna see no white boys killing each other. You ain't gonna see no Chinese boys killing each other. You ain't gonna see no barely Mexican boys killing each other. Puerto Rican, they might. Who knows? My people don't do it. Get your money. Live your life. Fuck that. Ain't nothing else worth it but your family and your time, motherfucker. Simple. I love y'all.